Welcome back to another video. So I decided to get up here on the parkway today. It's kind of a nasty, chilly, rainy day, but I did want to get out and record a video today. But before I get into it, if you all would be so kind as to hit that like button, subscribe if you're not, hit that notification bell. I got a new video every Wednesday. I would greatly appreciate it. So today I wanted to talk about something that is very important to all of us heathens. And that is our study and our learning, because we're always learning. We're always discovering new things. We're always expanding our minds to understand what it means to be heathen. So I brought a couple of books with me. And when it comes to the books and the information out there, there is tons. There is a tremendous amount. I know I've written a couple of those books, but there's so much out there. I'll put the link in the description for both of those books. One is on heathenry specifically. The other one is on paganism in general. So if you want to check those out, the link will be down in the description. But two books that I've found that have helped me a lot in my path, in my journey, are probably the most well-known of the two. Now, first we'll start with the Poetic Edda. It is a culmination of stories about the Norse gods and the heroes, I guess. This copy is written by Jackson Crawford. He is a professor at the University of Colorado, and he's incredible. His knowledge is extraordinary. He knows so much, and he understands it really well, and that helps. But this book has all of the stories in it, from the Grimnismal to Thor's contest with the ferryman. And if you don't know that story, that's a fun story to read. Like this right here, it's Thrimskvita. It's the theft of Mjolnir. It's when a giant steals Mjolnir, and if I remember right, yeah, that's when Thor dresses up as Freya, because the giant demands that Freya marry him. If she marries him, he'll return Mjolnir. And she won't do it. Thor dresses up as her. Loki is his bridesmaid or maid of honor. And when receiving the hammer as a wedding gift, he proceeds to smash the giant's head in. It's a wonderful story. It's fun. Side note: my son actually has a book that it's children's tales, but it's the Norse tales, and it tells the story of Thor getting Mjolnir back. It tells it in a child-friendly way, which is appreciated. But yeah, it's the stories and lore that we have is incredible. And it's good to know those stories. It's good to be knowledgeable about them, because you never know when you'll want to tell them around a fire. But it does have a lot of history in it. It has a lot of descriptions of the gods and the other beings and creatures that inhabit the 9 realms. It's the Poetic Edda is definitely something that everyone should have. Every heathen should have. I would suggest getting one if you don't have one. The second one, okay. The second one is the essential book that all heathens need. I highly suggest you have one or get one if you don't have one. But there also lies a problem in that. All right, so the book, as you can probably guess, is the Havamal. Okay. The book I have it's the Havamal, or Words of the High One, and all right, here's the deal with the Havamal. Now, you can have. There are many different versions of the Havamal. There are many different translations. I can't remember all the different people who have translated it over the years. The one I had before. I had the Study Havamal, which it had 3 different translations in it from 3 different people. From it's the Old Norse text with 3 different translations. And the problem with that is, as similar as each translation is, it is different enough to cause confusion. And that's why that one didn't really work for me. I enjoyed having, like, after every page of script, there was a page that was blank that you could write notes on. I like that. But it's not, to me, that wasn't exactly helpful, because you have so many different translations and it's hard to understand and get it right. This one is translated by Cyrus Grigani. Okay. It's unabridged. It's unedited. It is a strict translation. It does have the notes down at the bottom describing the like each person referenced, or God referenced, or being referenced. The air, like the places in which they are, is it gives you a better understanding of it. They don't cost much. They really don't. I think this one was like $15. But it was good. To me, it's worth it. I feel that every heathen should have a Havamal. If you don't, you can get online and find the stanzas out of this book. You can. And because if you don't want to spend the money on it, that's fine. That's fine. That is entirely your choice. I like having a physical book. I'm that type of writer, so I like having the book. But you can find the stanzas online if you don't want to buy the book. But let's get into the nitty-gritty of the problem with the Havamal. Okay. The problem with the Havamal is not the text, it's not the translations, it is the view of the Havamal. See, a lot of heathens come from Christian backgrounds. What is the one book that Christians care about most? The Bible, right? People who come from Christian backgrounds and become heathen treat the Havamal like it's a Bible, like it's holy words. It's not. It's not. When I first started on my heathen path, I had that idea. I saw this book as being holy. It's not holy. It's a book. It's just a book. The best way that I found to understand the Havamal and treat the Havamal the way it needs to be treated is, instead of seeing it as rules for your life, don't look at it as rules. Look at it as examples. Examples. You can choose to live your life by them. You could choose to flat out ignore them. Either way. And that's okay. Now, it's the words of Odin. But as we all know, Odin wasn't the best being in existence. He's not the nicest person in the world. But you can take these and apply them to your life if you need. The Havamal works kind of like the runes do, in a way. You can pick up the book, turn to a page, right? Let's say right here. And then you find a stanza, one of the stanzas in it, like 107, right? Yeah, 107. Well kept looks have I well used. Little are the wise wanting, for that soul stirrer is now coming up to men in earth's embrace. The way I take that is little are wise wanting. It means someone who is wise wants very little. They want the simple things out of life. They want to have a home, warmth, food, companionship. The simple things. They don't need big, extravagant mansions, fast cars, lots of jewelry. That's something that's, that we can all strive for, just for the simple things. But that's kind of all they are, right? To me, that's kind of all they are. They are examples that you can put into use in your life. Sometimes it works well. Sometimes you pull things out of this book, and they apply perfectly with what you're dealing with. Sometimes they don't. If you read it, though, if you do sit down and read the Havamal and you do try to understand it, then you'll be able to rely on it for things. You'll be able to pull it out of memory and apply it to your life. That's kind of the point. That's how learning works. That's how studying works. You memorize it. You learn it. You absorb whatever information it's trying to give you. So the main point of the video is that there are so many sources out there to learn from. So the best thing you can do is explore every source that you can get your hands on. I do my best to try and learn as much as I can. Some days I go without learning a single thing about heathenry. Other days I'm overwhelmed. It's a back and forth. So what I'm going to leave you with, if you've watched this far into the video, I'm going to leave you with a stanza. And I want you to go down in the comments and tell me what you think it means. I'm going to give you homework. I know, homework sucks, right? Okay, so it's stanza 52 out of the Havamal. It says, "A great gift man needs not give. Oft one can buy oneself praise with little. With half a loaf and a half full goblet, I found myself a companion." Tell me what that means to you. Tell me what you see out of it, because I really want to know. But that's all I've got today. I'm gonna probably do a segment on sources and stuff, more in depth. But tell me what that stanza means, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.